Morning guys, welcome back. So today's Monday, March 23rd. As we are getting ready for the US stock market to open, I am short GbpJpy. I'm up about 40 pips from my first position. I threw a second position in there, a small piece that's also up about 30 pips. So both of these trades now are moving nicely into profit. I want to break down for you the idea behind these trades as we are anticipating another red day here coming for US equities. It's only 7:30 this morning, so I'm able to make my money before US stock markets even, I don't know why I said markets, before the US stock market even opens. And I think that that's like the most valuable piece that I can continue to push to you guys right now. We're looking at record unemployment coming in this week. Like, I'm very much in the mindset that this is going to be really bad. I just think that we have more people than we realize not working and actually being laid off day on day on day. Like, it's going to be bad this week, and I think it could be worse next week. But either way, we're going to continue to take advantage of this opportunity because the volatility makes these trades fantastic. ADR on GJ is 500 pips. So if this wants to move ADR, I could be risking 23 to go get 400 or 500 pips. It's crazy. And that's why I want to give this trade a lot of time. But I want to break down everything for you here. So take a look. I'm up, like I said, 42 pips and 32 pips. But let's flip over to TradingView here. So here I have the 1 minute chart on the left side, the 15-minute chart on the right side. We're going to start with the higher time frame on the 15-minute, and then I'm going to show you exactly how I'm managing this on the 1 minute. So first, I want you to understand that I just closed 50% of this trade because I'm up 2R. Take a look again at the FX trade, 42 pips. My risk was 23, so I'm up about 2R. So my risk reward, my risk profile tells me that with setups like this, when I'm up 2R, lock the stop loss and take half the trade. Like I said, the same way that I managed this trade on the 1 minute is the same way I manage it on the 15-minute. The formation itself was kind of like the second breakout. Initially, we were looking at this first formation here to see if that was going to be our move, but I didn't like the 1 minute yet. It wasn't in a bearish momentum formation for me to say, yeah, this looks like it's going to fall over and break out for a new low. But after this pullback, it threw this pin back to the 50. This formation off the 21, off the 8 signaled to me that the next candle should be bearish. So on the 1 minute, as we see that 15-minute formation close, I'm looking here to see what is this telling me. RSI is falling, price action is falling, and if we hold the 8 EMA, the yellow line on the 1 minute here on the left side, then we're going to see this candle here also hold the 8 EMA. And if that's bearish, then I know the next candle could also be bearish because that broke for a new low of day. So it's kind of just anticipating, if this does this, then I'll stay in. If this does this, then I'll take a little bit off. If this does this, then I'm going to hold the trade to see if it holds that 8 EMA and keeps me in. So flip over to the 1 minute. TDI itself, like I said, in that initial push here, see how it was still in the buy zone? It wasn't really falling the same way that it has been here. You've seen this RSI now falling from 630 now till 733. So that is really what's been telling me to stay in this trade. Look at how it's holding the 8 EMA really well, still here breaking for a new low. So now we're up almost 50 from the first position, about 40 from the second position. Now, let me show you on the higher time frames outside the 15-minute. Let's take a look at the 1 hour. We'll close the TDI for now. So you can see here on the 1 hour, take a look at, if we actually get rid of these other EMAs, take off the 50, take off the 200, take off the 800, look at how we're holding the 8 EMA as well here on the 1 hour. That's bearish momentum to me, okay? Put these other ones back on. Let's take a look at the 4 hour. Same thing here. Look at how we're outside the 8, outside the 21. I can remove this so you can see. See how we're coming down through the 8 and the 21? Look at how when it holds the 8 EMA here and holds the 21, you just see continued drop. So that's why I do see the 4 hour, the 1 hour, the 15-minute all giving bearish signals. I know some people in the group today were trying to buy this to see this divergence here from this RSI low. Some people were looking and saying, Austin, that RSI is rising there, and this price action is falling. So that's divergent. This could come higher. Of course it could. That divergence could kick in. But for me, I'm going to still stick with the trend. The TDI is under the 50 value. That's telling me to sell it. EMAs are basically in a downtrend, and the higher time frames are in a downtrend. So everything was saying, sell it, stay in the direction of the trend. Of course it could have bounced and went higher, but I'm going to continue to ride this trade as it holds the 8 EMA. I'm up 48 now and 38, 39 from the second position, so I'm going to keep giving it time. But I wanted to come on here and show you guys, again, where I'm at in this trade. So now we're up 50 as we are getting a little bit more push here. Let me pull this up. Oops. So if you guys have any questions or if there's anything that I'm not being clear on here, like I'm trying to give you as much information as I can without giving away what I teach in the courses, but I'm showing you these repeatable patterns every day. I'm showing you hopefully things that motivate you to say, you know what, this is much better than the way that I'm trading. Austin's actually hitting the same formations, the same confirmations, the same patterns in the same direction a lot of the time too, every single day. So yeah, that's why I try to frame these videos the way that I do. So if anything's not clear, like I said, drop a comment, please. I'm going to answer all the comments always. It might take me a few days because we are getting more and more comments. It's getting busier, which I really appreciate, but I always try my best to get back to everybody. So if there's anything I can do, hit the comments. I appreciate you being here. So if you're enjoying it, thumbs up because it helps me reach more people. And also make sure you're subscribed so you don't miss anything that I put out in the future. I've got a couple more videos coming out this week, a couple more Q&A videos. So a lot of good content coming as we are all kind of on quarantine, it seems like, all over the world because of this coronavirus. But I talked to a good buddy of mine yesterday, JP, and we were talking about how this creates opportunity for people to start new businesses, but at the same time, and it creates opportunity for us to make money trading, at the same time, we have people losing their jobs, and it's really going to destroy a lot of people's lives. So it's a tough time to be a human, maybe, you know? Not sad. I'm not sad about anything, but it's tough. You see a lot of people struggling, and then there's people like us on the other side of the coin that are making money because of this. So it's an interesting time to be alive for sure, but I'm glad to be alive through it. I think it'll be something that we can look back on in the future and be like, wow, that was an amazing time. So I'm just trying to take advantage of the opportunity and not leave anything on the table. And that's what I'm doing with the GJ trade. So I'm up 50. Let's see what it's got. 737. I'll tap in with you guys in a little bit. All right, guys, it's 8:21. So I'm out of the trade completely. Now, first, I realized after I ended that video that my stop on my second position, the smaller piece, it wasn't in profit. So I moved it then. But in the video clip, I know I said that it was in profit, but that's just me being a little sleepy still this morning. So I did move that, but either way, I want to show you what I managed here. So at about 8 o'clock, like a few minutes after 8 o'clock, I have CNBC open here and I have Bloomberg behind me. They both had this breaking news across the top of their screen saying that the Fed announced that they were going to step in and buy whatever is necessary to try to re-stimulate the US economy. So that news shook up the entire market. Euro USD took off, even Bitcoin took off, everything started moving. So as soon as I saw that news and as soon as everybody in the chat started saying, yo, it's moving, it's moving, it's moving, that's when I was like, let me just yank this full thing before it stops me in profit. So I did, I pulled the whole trade. Now, most of the trade was out here at 2R when I was on the video with you guys, right when I started that. But the rest of this still here, closed in profit, leaves it to be a profitable trade. So the thought process behind this is the news came in, kind of shook us up, and we want to pull ourselves away from that just because we don't know what it's going to do after. I'm still going to be short biased here, and I'm still going to look for entries today. But for now, this worked out to be a really good trade. And as you can see, it really followed the technical analysis that we look for every single day. It followed it very well. It held that 8 EMA here on the 1 minute and even on the 15 minute. On a formation like that, you're not expecting an all-day runner, you know what I mean? But to get that 45 minutes to an hour of drop, to see it go over 2R, that's a good trade. You got to take that bag and move on to the next one. So that's where I'm focused. Now, I hope you found some value here. I hope that this kind of shows you, again, the same patterns over and over and over again. This was a quick trade here. We were in the trade at about 7 o'clock, and we're done by 8:30. The stock market's going to open a little bit. We're going to see what happens here as the Fed is saying they're going to do whatever they need to, like I said, re-stimulate the economy. Futures are actually bouncing up a little bit now. So we're seeing the U.S. markets maybe react positively to what the Fed is doing. So we'll see. But I think even here now, look at the volatility on GJ just coming back that hard in one bar, 60, 70 pips in one bar. It's better for me to be on the sidelines now, waiting for the next one good setup. So I hope you found some value. I hope this clarified, again, the repeatable process behind my systems. And if you have any questions, like I said before, please drop a comment. Let me know. I'm always here to help you guys. So good luck today. Stay focused. Keep your eye on the news. And also make sure you're following me here on Instagram and Twitter because I'm sending out updates as this stuff changes. It's constantly changing, so it's important to stay with it. So I'll see you guys in the next trade. Good luck, like I said, and let me know if you need me.